Andre.com.
3 sophomores and 1 junior, not too many seniors on this team. As Flower Bluff starts things off, and away we go. Kept in play in the backcourt. Zuniga on the setup. Soft touch across there by Scarlett Verde-Hell. Here comes a throw attempt. That one winds up out of bounds off Zuniga, and kill this time was Sally Young. Set up now for Marina Trevino. Good dig attempt. It's kept in play. Thrown back over now this time by Sally Wong. Here comes a setup trying to get it across. It's Tara Schumacher, and that winds up in bounds here by Ferrers. Here's a setup now trying to get it across. It's Trevino. Expect her name to be called all night. The senior, key leader for this Lady Diamondback squad. Here's a setup now for the freshman Zuniga. That one deflects off Kilaspi. Trevino here set the serve, gets this one up, and that one finds the thread. Ball deflects off Roger. Here comes ball, gets across, kept in play in the back by Lopez. Lopez here on the setup now for Boteo. Now will wind up out of bounds. We're trying to get that kill. It's a little too much power. The young freshman, one of 3 freshmen on this Pioneer squad, is a serve across here by the libero Michaela Palmer. Here comes the setup now, touched there by Rebecca Perez. Here's a setup this time for Kylie Freeman. All across, here's Schumacher on the setup for Zuniga. They'll say she crossed the line and gets this one up, dug up by Lopez. Schumacher on the setup for Zuniga. Kept in play in the back by Jeffers. Gillespie on the setup here for Maggie Croft. Maggie Croft gets the set from Harley Gillespie, the senior. That sophomore-senior connection works early on. Schumacher on the setup here for Perez, and that finds the backcourt. 6-6 game, here we go. There's a setup and another big kill there by Maggie Croft. And Flower Bluff jumps ahead to an 8-6 lead, a back and forth battle in this opening game. Best of 5. Schumacher sets up here, Boteo gets it back across. Lady Hornets get a read, Gillespie on the setup here for Hughes, and she gets the kill. Here comes a kill by Zuniga, deflecting there off Maggie Croft. And the freshman cuts it down to a 2-point game, 9-7 here. Here comes a serve across. Here's a setup now for Maggie Croft. Zuniga goes out to Lopez, who sets back up for Schumacher, and a big kill there by Tara Schumacher, the junior. Back and forth they go here, a 10-8 lead. Here comes a kill attempt there. That's Marcela Martinez who picks it up. So 10-9 here now. Haley Boteo, the freshman, she earned player of the game in that matchup against Bronzeville Pace. Key performance. Here's Gillespie on the setup for Hughes. And Hughes finds the back corner. And now Hughes a total of 3 times each. The serve gets across here by Croft. Here's a setup for Schumacher. A soft touch, and she'll get it through. She gets the assist from the freshman Alina Zuniga. Texas. Lopez on the serve. Then play Gillespie on another setup for Hughes, and she finds the back corner. Cross, and away we go. Boteo gets under it. Zuniga on the setup here for Perez. Kept in play in the back by Palmer. Here comes a kill attempt there by Gabby Guerra, the junior. Gillespie on the setup here for Wong, and that winds up in the net. Play by Boteo. Schumacher on the setup for Trevino. Palmer gets behind it. Gillespie sets up one more time for Wong, and that one gets through. Here it comes, the big block at the net by Maggie Croft. Perez. 5, here comes the serve. Good play. Gillespie on the setup. Trying to get that one across here for Croft, and that finds the back corner. Just out of reach for the senior. Mariana Schumacher sets up here for Bettis. Gillespie goes back for Croft. Zuniga tips that one back. Miscommunication, and her point here for Flower Bluff. And away we go, 16-13. And kept in play. Thrown back over by Lopez. Gillespie sets back up. This time that's going to be Kaylee Freeman who gets it across. Schumacher sets up for Zuniga, who finds the back corner. That's this one across. Here comes Croft. Schumacher keeps it in play. Chapa tracks it down, and it's thrown back over this time by Boteo. Schumacher to Chapa. Sets back up for Trevino. Good play in the backcourt. Gillespie sets up one more time for Freeman. Good dig, and that one nearly kept in play, and it is outstanding. Schumacher to Chapa. Sets back up for Trevino. Good play in the backcourt. Gillespie sets up one more time for Freeman. Good dig, and that one nearly kept in play, and it is outstanding defense by Pioneer. Here comes Croft on the setup by Gillespie, and kept in play again. Good mercy. Ball tracked down again. Zuniga gets it back across. Here comes another setup. Gillespie one more time. This time for Maggie Croft again. There's a setup now for Boteo. Palmer just gets to it. And it's thrown back over by Croft after Jeffers gets it back over. Here comes a setup now for Martinez, and she picks up a kill. Schumacher on a setup, big block there in the double team effort by Hughes and Croft. Gillespie sets up for Hughes, and she gets a kill. Zuniga on the setup here one more time for Martinez. Gillespie gets under it, thrown back over by Freeman. Zuniga sets up for Schumacher, who goes for a kill, and that one just winds up out of bounds. Comes in, here comes the setup now for Hughes, a block at the net there by Martinez. Lopez comes in, and Schumacher is set up, and that one just winds up out of bounds. And away we go. Here's looking back, 20-15. Here comes a setup for Martinez. That's kept in play. Palmer comes in, being tracked down by Gillespie. That one deflects off Zuniga. Another serve by Gillespie. Getting a read on it now is Trevino. Hughes to Gillespie, who goes back here this time for Freeman, and it drops in. One game. Gillespie on the setup for Croft, and that one just stays in bounds. Here it comes, and a kill attempt that deflects again off Rogers. And that's Marcela Martinez, one of the 6 seniors, who puts up a point to cut it down to a 1-point game, 3-2. Freeman, and that one just outside. And Freeman's wild kill attempt winds up out of bounds, and it's 3-3. Pioneer makes it a brand new ball game. Rogers to Gillespie on the setup here for Croft. Gillespie trying to knock it back over. Schumacher has that one tipped by Freeman, and it drops out of bounds, and Pioneer will take the lead 4-3. Hughes and Gillespie with key serves in that first game. Here comes Gillespie again for Croft, and Maggie Croft, a soft. On gets across. Zuniga on the setup here now for Trevino. Good track down there by the Lady Hornets. Freeman trying to get it across, winds up short into the net, and it's a brand new game, 5-5. Shades of that here. Thrown back over by Zuniga. Palmer comes in. Gillespie sets up for Hughes. Blocked at the net. Good playing here. Now we'll wind up out of bounds. And Flower Bluff will retake the lead, 7-6. And both these teams senior heavy, combined 14 on both teams for tonight's game. Here comes a setup and a block at the net. Schumacher setting up here this time for Perez. Kept in play by Croft and Freeman, who collide. A minor collision, but it ties the game up as Pine. Lopez, a Schumacher on the setup for Perez. Good dig, and it gets saved by Gillespie. He throws that one back over. Here it comes. Going for the kill. They pick it up. That's Zuniga, the freshman elite. Irv gets across. Here comes the setup now. This time that's Natalie Hughes, who finds the back corner. Back and forth affair here in the second game. Rogers on the walking start for the serve, and away we go. Schumacher on the setup here. That's Martinez trying to go for a kill. They'll get it. And Pioneer will. That serve that gets across. Rogers to Gillespie on the setup for Wong. And that one deflects off Lopez, and Siley Wong picks us. Here it goes, trying to knock this one over. Block at the net there. That was Croft and Gillespie teaming up, but it drops in, and Pioneer will cut it down to a 1-point game, 11-10. There's a cross, here comes a setup. All kept in play, thrown back over. Croft to Gillespie, back to Croft, and that drops in. 10, Bluff still on top. Caleb Palmer, the senior libero, gets it across. Zuniga, the freshman, on the setup here for Trevino. Gillespie comes in and sets back up for Croft, who threads the needle between Lopez and Boteo. Our T10 here, away we go. Palmer on the serve. Lopez, Zuniga on the setup here for Trevino. Gillespie's block drop. Continue to go. Good playmaking there. And it drops in, a big block at the net there by Croft. Schumacher, good dig by Croft. Gillespie sets up for Palmer. Zuniga goes back to Lopez, who sets up for Schumacher. Croft gets under it. Gillespie sets up for Hughes. A block at the net by Perez, and Gillespie keeps it. Back across. Zuniga. Lopez on the setup for Trevino. Big block at the net there again by Gillespie and Hughes. Hughes to Gillespie, who goes back to Hughes, and a block at the net there. 17-12. Big block at the net there by Gillespie and Freeman. Big block at the net there by Gillespie and Freeman. Palmer to Gillespie. Sets up for Freeman, who goes with a kill and finds the back corner. Yes, she does. The 5-0 run, they'll stop the winning momentarily as they cut it back down to a 7-point game. Here comes the serve by Tara Schumacher. Palmer to Gillespie. Sets up here now for Freeman. That one comes off the hands of Curiel. We get set. Here it comes. Boteo trying to get it over to Palmer. On the setup for Croft, who's been on fire so far. That one gets off a Lady Diamondback, and it's a 10-point lead once again, 24-14. Here it comes. Back and forward, Zuniga. Boteo gets it back across. Good dive there by Palmer. Gillespie keeps it in play. Back underway. Here it comes. Croft, block at the net by Perez. Here this time now for Sally Wong. Here's a setup. And good way to keep it in play there by Rogers. Good defense. Here's for Croft. Kept in play. Trevino to Boteo. Goes back out to Lopez. It's a setup one more time, this time for Gabby Guerra. Now winds up in the net. Sets up here this time for Wong. Ball takes the bounce off a suspended rim and winds up being 5-4. Flower Bluff cuts it down to a 1-point game. Ball deflects there off Schumacher, and another kill for Flower Bluff, no time. Aaron gets across. Here comes a setup for Trevino. Hepton playing the back. Here comes a setup now for Freeman. Good dig in the back by Boteo. Schumacher trying to get it across. Palmer right there. Gillespie sets up for Croft, and a big kill. She finds the back corner. Hit over 10 kills in this game so far. Michaela Palmer now set the serve, gets this one across. Big kill right there by Perez, and Rebecca Perez ties the game up here for Sharyland Freeman. Trevino gets under it. Schumacher sets back up for Trevino. Gillespie, this time one more time for Freeman. That's off the hand of Boteo and Cal. Schumacher's dig just gets across. Croft to Gillespie to Hughes. Back corner, she gets it. Serve. All bounced up. Good read on it. Here comes Hughes. That one comes off Zuniga. Kept in play by Lopez, and Schumacher will throw it back over. Good take by good read on it. Here comes Hughes. That one comes off Zuniga. Kept in play by Lopez, and Schumacher will throw it back over. Good take by Zuniga in the backcourt there, as here comes a setup for Freeman. And that one just gets through. Martinez checks inside here. 2 check-ins will come in alongside her. Marcelo Martinez also in. Here comes the setup and a big block at the net. Double team there by Sally Wong and Natalie Hughes. Wong gets across. Here comes the setup. Thrown over for Schumacher. Good dig, kept in play by Croft. Good athleticism, thrown back over, but it's... On gets across, here comes a kill there by Siley Wong, kept in. The serve by Marina Rogers, we're back underway, 16-9, 7-point game. Perez going for a kill. Gillespie keeps it in play, Palmer on the setup for Guerra. Winds up inbounds. Across, here comes the setup, thrown back over. There it comes, and a big kill there by Maggie. Here it goes, here comes a setup, and a kill there by Perez. And saved by Lopez. Schumacher for Zuniga, for Tarvino, excuse me. Gillespie sets up for Croft. Schumacher sets up here for Talbert. That ball just stays in bounds. Lopez, Schumacher sets up for Perez. Gillespie, Palmer sets up here for Wong, who throws it back over. Schumacher sets up for Perez and finds the back corner. Kill, Schumacher under it. Lopez gets it back over for Zuniga, gets it across. Croft to Gillespie to Croft, and that's a carry there on Gillespie. Back to a 4-point game we go. Serve across there by Jeffers. Here's a setup. Thrown over now by Zuniga. Jeffers gets that one up, and it's in the net. And we're back to a 3-point game. He gets set to go. On gets across. Good recovery there by Flower Bluff. Gillespie throws it back over. Botello to Schumacher for Perez. Blocked at the net by Croft. It's out of bounds. Rogers to Gillespie. Sets up for Croft. That gets through. Parrish. It's the most they've scored all game. Or all night. Sharyland Pioneers only limited to 15 points in those first 2 sets, and Pioneer. Sophia Chapa set the serve, gets it across. Rogers to Gillespie, who sets up for Croft. And Croft, Maggie Croft, the sophomore, who's been electric all night, set to go on the serve. Oteo to Schumacher on the setup here for Zuniga, and that one just sneaks inside. Here comes the setup. Going for the kill there is Hughes, and Hughes deflects that one up. Now just 2 away from punching their ticket to the regional quarterfinal. Blocked the net, kept in play there. Gillespie gets under it. Croft gets it off. That's off the handle, Lopez, and it's 24-20. 4-20 game point. Serve gets across. Zuniga sets up for Schumacher. That comes off, and it's 24-21. Here we go. That winds up in the net, 24-22. Ball just winds inside, 24.
Plan your escape.